Chris Sully after Ebbsfleet 5, Taunton 0. Best performance of the season, surely?
Certainly up there. I think from the first minute we was at it. Probably should have been 2 or 3 goals up early doors. So I was a little disappointed to only come in 2-0 up at half time, to be honest, but the gaffer made it clear to us we had to carry on doing exactly what we was doing, don't come off it. And that's what we did, and I think 5-0 was a fair reflection of the game.
Before the game, they came into this match having only conceded 6 goals all season. You know, everybody talking about the meanest defence in the league, but you methodically unpicked them, didn't you? During the game, the chances, it could have been 10 easily.
We was well aware of that before the game. The gaffer made that clear at the start of the week, that their defensive record was very good and the best in the league. But the way we play, we'll always create chances no matter who we're playing, and we was confident today if we was at it, played the way we know we can, we'd create all sorts of chances, and that's what happened today, and we've taken 5 of them, but like you said, we could have taken another 5.
I mean, there was one that came off the inside of a post that should have been a goal, and I mean, some of the frustration in the 6-yard area. You know, the ball was bobbling about. Somebody sticking a boot out, and it would have been in the back of the net, and the scoreline would have reflected that. But it's surprising that maybe they couldn't sustain a defence against the Fleet, or the Fleet are that good.
I think we was pretty relentless today, and as a defender, me personally, I'll always think cautiously, and when you see them chances missing or we're hitting the post like you said, I'm thinking, is it going to be one of them days we need to take one of these, because they're a good side. Done well last season, and normally when you get promoted you take that momentum with you, and they've obviously done that because they've had some good results this season. So we was well aware we was playing against a good side today, but we was at it, like I say, and I think the scoreline showed that.
The gaffer, we just interviewed Dennis Kutrib, and he said that there were good pairings all over the pitch, you know, combinations of players working well together, and it seemed that it was like an engine where all the components of the engine were working as they should do today. Did you feel like that in the middle of it?
No, I agree. I think on the left-hand side they worked very well first half, probably had more play on the right-hand side. In the second, I thought Amari was brilliant today. To be fair, I could list off everyone as an individual, but I thought Amari, that last 20 minutes of the first half was unplayable, and that was real pleasing to see. But yeah, like you said, I think the 2 up top know each other's game inside out. Toby and Tanner, 2 technical footballers, are always going to play well together. We've got Christian sitting in front of us, protecting us. Yeah, we're strong all over the pitch, and then you look at the bench and the players not involved. We've got so much depth this year, and we're going to need that, especially in this next period coming up.
The scoreline today, 5-0 against a team with a very tight, mean defence. It's a bit of a statement, I suppose, that other teams are going to look at and think, crumbs, you know, Ebbsfleet really, you know, put a lot past them today. Is that going to be a standard now that you've got to kind of aim for, or were there going to be games where you've just got to grind it out and take a 1-0 and? Yeah,
it's going to be a long season. We can't play. We know we're not going to perform probably this well every week, and we ain't going to take that many chances every week, but like we've shown, we've got both sides to our game. I think the Hungerford game was a good example. Not the best of games, kept a clean sheet, got our goal, and we've come away 1-0, job done. But yeah, well, we're 11 games into the season, there's still such a long way to go, but it's been a brilliant start. And then I'm not one really to look at the table too much, but I think around Christmas time it will take real shape, and I think we'll know then whereabouts we're going to be this season. But so far so good.
I put it to Dennis that at this stage of the season, 11 games gone, some of the teams are beginning to sort themselves out after having a tricky start. Ebbsfleet have had a great start and they've continued it, but other teams are improving, so that's the responsibility on Ebbsfleet then to continue to improve, to maintain the status at the top of the table.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've done that. If you look at our performances to me personally, I don't think we was particularly great the first 3 games, but we managed to get 3 wins, and then since then we've improved, we've gone to another level, and then our performance today, like you said, was probably our best of the season. So if we can carry on improving week in, week out, and the old cliche of taking every game as it comes is exactly what we're doing at the minute. And I think if you asked everyone in there, we're disappointed we haven't got a league game sooner. I know there's another little break now with a cup game next week, but then after that it's a hectic schedule, and then they're the moments, I think, when 3 games in a week, 2 tough away games in 3 or 4 days, they're what separate the top ones to the rest.
How do you maintain that level, the commitment, the passion, the desire? How do you maintain that week in, week out? Because it must get harder and harder. You know that you know what you want to achieve. You're taking steps to do that, but it's a long season, and you just got to maintain that level.
You say that, but if you're down the bottom grinding week in, week out, that's a lot harder. I've been in both scenarios, and that's 10 times harder than doing what we're doing at the minute. But we're winning most games, confidence is flowing. The standards we have in training every day, we'll keep them, and then we'll just maintain what we're doing.
And is it a case that, I mean, you're in a squad here with some other experienced players, you're one of the leaders in the group, obviously. Is that experience rubbing off on everybody, and you're kind of helping each other in terms of that mental toughness that you need?
Yeah, like I say, I'm wearing the armband at the minute, but there's 6 or 7 real leaders in there that have played at such a high level, and when we step onto the pitch, I'm not the only one who's a captain. We've got Hayden there, doesn't stop talking. You've got Joe Martin, Rax, Dom. I can list so many off that have played in the league, God knows how many times. But the standards are set with him, really, and all of us have got that driven into us from a young age, and we won't come off it this season. We'll carry on doing what we're doing, and we'll maintain that.
So FA Cup next week against Sevenoaks, a bit of a local derby, I suppose.
Yeah.
Another Kent team, and a team from a lower division. It's, you know, to use the cliche, a banana skin potentially. Got to make sure you get through it.
Yeah, 100%. We'll prepare right as we do all week. We'll watch clips on them, and then we'll be ready for next week and do the business next week, hopefully, and then we'll be in the hat for the first round. And it'd be nice to get a big team to come here, wouldn't it? So hopefully we'll get a league team at home.
It'd be great, but I think the fans are maybe thinking, oh, we wish it was league points at stake. As you say, you can't wait to have another league game, and the next one's going to be Welling at home, another Kent derby. So they're coming thick and fast, aren't they?
But one of the good things, like I mentioned earlier, we've got a massive squad. So it gives opportunities again for players, maybe might get minutes next week, or there might be a little bit of rotation. It keeps everyone fresh. So that's a major benefit of having a big squad.
Well, congratulations on today, and good luck next week.
Lovely, thank you very much.
Cheers, Chris.
Cheers.